possess me. I've got the joy of God in everything I do. I've got joy more abundantly. I've got peace more abundantly. I've got peace. Spirit flows as me. I've got the peace of God in everything I do. I've got peace more abundantly. I've got strength more abundantly. I've got strength. Spirit flows as me. I've got the strength of God in everything I do. I've got strength more abundantly. I've got love more abundantly. I've got love. Spirit flows as me. I've got the love of God in everything I do. I've got love more abundantly. I've got love more abundantly. I've got love more abundantly.
Yeah. Okay, wake up, kids.
Well, and on the next song, we're all moving, right?
Yes.
Didn't we have a pact?
Oh, no, this is a new song.
Oh.
Of course, you can create your own movement.
I'm not doing that again.
Are we up for the channel? Well, this is a new month, and our new power of the 12 powers, the power for July is understanding. The color is gold. And I'm just going to read the affirmation, and you can repeat it, right? My understanding of truth deepens and directs my life. Together? My understanding of truth deepens and directs my life. All right, and our foundational statement, let's say this all together also. Together, there's only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe. God the good. There's the motion for that, right? If you have two, if you're not holding the microphone, you have two hands. All right, so Wendy is going to read our daily word.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. I open my mind to limitless possibilities. There are limits to what my mind can imagine. I may find a challenge too big to overcome or too complex to work through. In the past, I might have avoided such challenges, but today I turn within for guidance. Within my inner sanctuary, I find infinite possibilities. For God, nothing is or ever could be impossible. As a spiritual being, I open my mind so that these possibilities can enter my imagination. With spiritual sight, I begin to apprehend what is possible. That should be comprehend, shouldn't it? I emerge from my prayer time filled with inspiration and clarity, ready to take the steps necessary to make my vision a reality. I return again and again to the limitless field of infinite potential where I can claim divine ideas and know the presence and power of God is in and through all things. For nothing will be impossible with God. Luke 1:37.
Thank you, Wendy. That was spoken specifically to me.
Me too.
This sentence really stuck out for me. In the past, I might have avoided such challenges, but today I turn within for guidance. I'm leaning in on that one. Thank you. All right, so we are going to take a minute to greet our neighbor. If you want to stand up and handshake or a hug or a fist bump or a high five or a Dr. Spock sign.
lovely notes. Like enjoying yourself. Oh my God, how did you do this? That's good. You should. When you get to a certain age, you should have a lot of good stories. Aren't these fun? I know I'm imitating you now. Being vibrant. Well, you might as well.
All right, remain standing when you return to your seats because we are going to sing.
Yes, this is the new song. All right, here we go.
This holy light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This holy light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This holy light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. The light that shines is the light of love, lights the darkness from above. It shines on me and it shines on you, and shows what the power of love can do. Gonna shine my light both far and near, gonna shine my light both bright and clear. In any dark corner that I find, I'm gonna let my holy light shine. This holy light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This holy light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This holy light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This holy light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This holy light of mine, oh yes, I'm gonna let it shine. This holy light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Yes, thank you. That's not really a new song. We could have come up with something.
Well, it's one you don't have to worry too much about the words.
You could go holy and then light.
Okay, we got to start for next week. There we
Okay,
go.
all
Holy
right.
and
I'll
light.
work on it.
All right. So, in the nothingness is the knowingness. That is the talk title for today. And I'm curious. I'm curious about that. I'm leaning in. Right? All right. So, welcome up, Jeff.
I'm curious too, Dana. Stay curious. It's funny when you start, like how much I see curiosity, the word curiosity coming up in statements and quotations and intentions. So I'm going to do a guided meditation this morning, and yeah. So last week we did 5 minutes of silence. And I'm just wondering how many felt awkward during that 5 minutes? Did anybody feel awkward?
It seemed like it was a very long time.
It did seem like a very long time, didn't it? Loved it.
I was afraid when I opened my eyes, no one would be here.
Joke's on you, Chris.
I thought it was a nice little nap.
Yeah. Well, I was so...
Long message.
But bump. Yeah, it was nice to have 5 minutes and nobody clearing their throat or, or that kind of thing. Coughing. So this morning, this guided meditation is about the sacred nothingness. And so it starts off with two quotes here. One being from Psalm 46:10, which is, "Be still and know that I am God." And then from A Course in Miracles, "Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists." So what I'd like you all to do is to center your body. Place your feet firmly on the ground. For those, if you want to take your shoes off so you can feel the texture of the carpet, do so. But the intention of this is for you to feel yourself firmly in this space. You're supported by your chair. Your hands are maybe on your lap. You feel your back supported by the seat that you're in. And let's take 2 centering breaths together as we inhale and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. Allow your thoughts to float like clouds, acknowledged but not followed. There's nothing to fix, nothing to solve, nothing to question, nothing to create. And as you spend this time in quiet, any thoughts, concerns, whatever, just allow them to float. They'll be there. You are not your thoughts. You are not your roles. You are not your name, not your age, not your job. You're not even your history. You are not the emotions that maybe dominate your life. You are not anger. You are not fear. You are not hesitation. You are not impatience. Let those things just drop one by one. As if you were setting down heavy things next to a sacred pool. They're on the edge of the pool, and they are just there. You are not even the you that is meditating right now. There is only awareness. Continue to breathe. Now allow yourself to drift gently in between your thoughts, into the stillness beneath emotion. Into the field of nothingness. It is not an emptiness as lack. It is an emptiness as presence. No striving, no effort, no need. Just being. Again, let's take a deep breath together. In this nothingness, there is peace. In this void, there is infinite potential. In this stillness, God is. Let this nothingness hold you. Let it dissolve the boundaries of self and other. Let it whisper to you without words. You are not lost. You are home. Begin to notice your breath. That's the only thing to pay attention to, is your breathing. As your chest lifts in and out. As you bring yourself back to this moment, bring only what serves you. Love. Love is what serves us. Leave behind those things that you believe define you. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes gently. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. And I'd like you to repeat this affirmation. I am one with the infinite stillness. Together? I am one with the infinite stillness. In the sacred nothing, I find everything. Together, in the sacred nothing, I find everything. I carry this peace with me now and always. Together, I carry this peace with me now and always. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. So, as you may recall last week when I talked about my time at Unity Village at the Unity Conference, one of the lines that struck me was this line. In the nothingness is a knowingness. Now, possible interpretations of this is that emptiness and awareness suggests that the state within a state of nothingness. For emptiness, there resides a profound awareness or knowingness. We think it might be freedom and potential. The void or nothingness can be seen as a space of freedom, of infinite potential, where consciousness can operate without restrictions. It's transcending the form. It implies moving beyond the identification with tangible things and embracing the formless and eternal presence. And then another possible interpretation is meditation and the self. The concept may relate to meditative practices where one seeks a quiet mind and experience a state of pure awareness beyond thought, form, and ultimately realizing the self. While the exact origin of the phrase, in the nothingness is a knowingness, is difficult to pinpoint, similar ideas are reflected in various philosophical and spiritual traditions. Socrates' famous quote, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." Deepak Chopra wrote, "Knowing nothing and knowing everything are exactly the same." In Zen Buddhism, it emphasizes emptiness as the ultimate freedom and the realization of the self beyond form. In Hindu, the tradition speaks of realizing the self beyond form, which is akin to understanding the nothingness that underlines everything. The phrase suggests that by realizing attachment to form and embracing nothingness, deeper level of knowingness can be accessed, leading to profound sense of inner fulfillment. Now, why is a nothingness so challenging? Well, we're competing against, the biggest thing that we compete against is our ego. The ego resists dissolving. It doesn't It wants to control. Another thing is a loss of identity. A loss of identity can feel like death. We are conditioned for distraction. I think every one of us can see in our world and our daily things that are going on, constant distraction that's trying to separate us and distract us. There may be repressed emotions. Old pain and fear surface in that void of nothingness. Maybe it's unresolved grief, shame, or fear. We're pushed beyond the state of unknown. And then there's the fear of the unknown. The mind craves certainty. In the fate of the infinite, it can panic. But what the ego calls nothing is actually everything. For those who can't read this, it's a gentleman sitting at a desk and he says, "You think this is bad? You should see the inside of my head." The funny thing is I had a boss years ago that had a desk that looked like that, except everything was in piles. And he was the most efficient manager I've ever seen. Because you'd say, "Hey, John, where are we on this contract?" And he would pick up the pile and he wouldn't even have to look. He'd go down, okay, and he'd pull it out. It was amazing, his filing system, his organizational system. If you went in his office, you'd think it was pure chaos, but he knew where everything was. I often thought about going in there and mixing up the piles, but I thought that would be very cruel to do. But did you know that the human brain is estimated to have 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day? That breaks down to roughly 2,500 to 3,300 thoughts in an hour, depending on the individual. So in the hour that you're here, you could have up to 33,000 thoughts. 3,300 thoughts. Now, it may seem like, is that really true? Well, if I were to pause here and take 2 minutes of silence, and you were to think, and as you're thinking, you're going to be calculating how many things you think about. Yesterday, as I was driving, I thought, okay, let's see if this is really true. So I'm driving, and I'm trying to focus on nothing, except I notice, the person in front of me had a Tucson automobile, and behind on the end of the Tucson was another thing that I've never seen. Julie has a Tucson, never saw this little emblem before on her car. And then I noticed the guy next to me had a dog. Obviously, it was an interest to me. And then the two cars up in front, the lady was smoking. And as I'm trying not to think of anything, all these things are coming into my awareness, pointing out that it's very difficult to sit and think of nothing, especially with your eyes open. Studies suggest that 80 to 90% of our daily thoughts are the exact same as the day before. Talk about repeating a day. And at a high percentage may be negative. Some research estimates that 60 to 70% of habitual thoughts lean toward negativity. That's a lot. Even if you consider yourself to be a positive person. So what did Jesus say about nothingness? While he didn't have any specific words about nothingness, he did have 3 key points. First, in Mark 8:34, he talks about deny yourself. If you want to become one of my followers, let them deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. The metaphysical meaning of that is letting go of the egoic self, our personal identity, attachments, and agendas. The second is, blessed are the poor in spirit, from Matthew 5:3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Being poor in spirit points to the spiritual humility and inner emptiness, which opens the door to divine awareness. And then the third one in John 14:10. The Father in me does the works. I do not speak on my own authority. It is the Father living in me who does his work. Jesus models complete surrender of the personal will, a key feature of spiritual nothingness. Then if we look in the Course in Miracles, one of the main things we talk about, Chris and I and John get into this quite a bit, of how do we undo our ego? How do you undo those things that make up your ego? There's a certain portion of the ego that's healthy, but there's a large part of the ego that gets in the way of us actually getting the work done. The ego is nothing more than a part of your belief about yourself, says the Course. To empty yourself in the Course language means to let go of egoic identity, grievances, judgments, and fear, all of which blocks the awareness of love's presence. Another part of the Course is unlearning illusions. And I love that as I started learning the Course about the illusions that we actually project into things. Forget this world, says the Course. Forget this course and come with holy, empty hands unto your God. This is a powerful line as it invites us to come empty without preconceptions, ideas, or roles. Another thing in the Course is surrendering control. I do not know what anything, including this, means, and so I do not know how to respond to it. And then the last one is making space for the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit can use all that you give him for your salvation. I like emphasizing that because so much of what we've been taught to believe in Christianity was that we do things not just for our salvation, but for other people's salvation. And the Course is very specific about focusing on your own personal salvation. But he cannot use what you withhold, for he cannot take it from you without your willingness. So many times in my growing up, I would pray that God would take something away from me. And the whole time I'm praying and I'm focusing on what I'm wanting God to take away from me, I'm just re-emphasizing. We focus on what we don't want rather than focusing on what we do want. In the Course, the metaphysical summary is this: emptying yourself is not about self-negation, but about self-liberation. It's about releasing the false self, undoing fear-based thought systems and patterns, offering all to the Holy Spirit, and becoming an open vessel for divine love and guidance. Other metaphysical interpretations of this is, Meister Eckhart said, to be full of things is to be empty of God. To be empty of things is to be full of God. Think about that. The more we bring things into our lives, the more we push God out. Because those things become our thoughts. Those things become our focus. In the Course it says, in my defenselessness, my safety lies, and nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. In unity perspectives, nothingness is a sacred space, a stillness where ego fades and spirit is revealed. Sacred space. So, we have those sacred spaces. What do we fill them with? Like, we can create those spaces, but how do we create a space and how do we push things out that helps us create that space? Well, that comes as a result of our spiritual practices. And the more of these practices that you are doing in your life, the more space you're creating of nothingness. Prayer can be a space creator. Meditation, quieting the mind and accessing inner stillness and divine guidance. Affirmations would be another one. Affirming the things that you are true. Truth, spiritual identity. Maybe it's a denial. I deny the power of fear. I affirm the divine peace within me. Another practice is practicing gratitude, where we're looking at the things that we're grateful for. Maybe it's writing on a note and putting that note on one of your cabinet doors. Another is sacred study, reading and reflecting on spiritual texts such as the Bible, A Course in Miracles, unity literature. The Daily Word is always full of beautiful things, and I'll just say we have copies in the lobby if you are interested in the Daily Word. Another thing to feel that space is service, where you're giving of time, love, and resources without expectation. And at times it's very hard to do when we do something for someone, and we think we're giving it without any strings attached. But there's always something that kind of lags behind there. Forgiveness is a big one, because so many times we're going to focus on those things, those resentments, or things that we are holding on to. Both in the unity, the unity teachings, and A Course in Miracles, forgiveness is big. And part of that is because if we hold on, if we're not completely forgiving, little things can trigger us to go back to those feelings that we had. Some of my biggest struggles are something that will trigger an old belief that I had. And I realize that belief isn't completely gone. Maybe it's gotten further away from the surface, but it's still there, and I'm reminded of that when it happens. Then there's the sacred silence or the stillness. As I said from the conference, one of the things that we were challenged with was to have 5 minutes of silence. 5 minutes of silence. That is very difficult to do, as I've talked about before. But try setting your watch or setting your phone at 5 minutes and focusing on nothing, and see how difficult it is. But it is something that you can create a habit, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes. One of the things that I did early on was journaling, because I felt like I had these thoughts and I needed to do something where they had value. And so it's like, well, I don't want to stop thinking of that because it has value to me. So what do I do with it? Well, I used to write Post-it notes, but then I started journaling, and I created a journal. And I found boxes of journals. I probably have like 6 or 8 journals back in the days when I was coming out of recovery and trying to get my head around things. And every once in a while I go back and read those old journals to look at where was I at? What was I thinking in those days? But it can be a spiritual tool for reflection. And then the last thing that we see here is having a spiritual community. We talk about community, and we talk about what it means to have this community of people together. In the last few weeks, we've had people come and visit and actually stay because they felt like this was community. And having a community means we have to be intentional about that community, about building that community. You have to invest in having community. So lastly here, the unity spiritual practice of integration means that I pause and turn inward. I observe my thoughts as passing clouds, knowing I am the calm sky behind them. And that we know that we are not our thoughts, that we are the awareness in which they arise. So you have a bad thought? Just let it go. Let it float like a cloud. Let it drift away. In the next week, we start a book study on homecoming. And I'm hoping that a lot of you will be a part of that, about that study. There are so many things we think, as I've been doing the reading, and Marilyn and I have been talking about it, there are so many things that we grow up and we think that we grow up from our childhood, that we come unscathed. But as I read the material, I realize none of us come out of this life unscathed, unscarred. There is something that has had an effect on us. And that's okay. It's how we deal with it and how we move forward with it. What meanings and attachments do we put to those things? So I'm excited about the study, and we don't. This is going to be a 6-week study. We don't anticipate this being something that you're going to do that's going to solve, all your problems. It's really going to help us put common language and understanding to what things can be, and then hopefully from that. I think would be great to have, we'll see how it goes, but maybe after that 6 weeks, if we want to have a group of people that gets together after going through that study, to have ongoing conversations about the things that we're learning, the things that we're applying, I think that would be a great thing to do. The biggest thing to take away from this is the curiosity of what it means that in the nothingness is the knowingness. If you do nothing less than just stay curious about what that means. Stay curious and be the blessing.
It's all about allowing peace within. In absolute surrender, so serenity begins. For when the storm subsided and calm becomes the way, it's all about allowing it to stay. It's all about allowing love to flow. It's setting down your burdens and just simply letting go. For as you cease the struggle and love pours through your heart, it's all about allowing it to start. Now feel it warm and shining, new with promise, strong, undying love, different than any you have known. And now the seed is sown. It's truly say you tried, for it's all about allowing it inside. And now the seed is sown. It's all about allowing love to flow. It's setting down your burden and just simply letting go. For as you cease the struggle and love pours through your heart, it was all about allowing peace to start.
Thank you for the gift that you are. My heart is so full from that song. All right, we move into our tithes. Consider the gifts that you share with this ministry. So giving with intention is really important. How we set this up is to allow yourself to be in the flow of abundance by giving. So giving is the initiation of the receiving. So thank you for your gifts. Please share with me in blessing the gifts together. Divine love in, through, and as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you. All right, we will share together Unity's statement for peace together. Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, the many ways to worship God, for there is only one power and presence of God, and that God loves each one of us equally. It is therefore the position of Unity Worldwide Ministries and Unity World Headquarters at Unity Village to urge all nations, their leaders, and their people to turn to God by whatever the name for guidance during these challenging times, and to pursue peace, not war. For this is what honors the God of all our faith traditions. So yeah, once we thought we knew that, they changed the words on us. There's always something.
It is always something.
All right, so Jeff already spoke to this. It's Monday evenings starting a week from tomorrow, July 14th to August 11th. That is 6 weeks, correct? Yep, and it's by love offering, but the book is a $15 fee. So, okay, and so really they're wanting to have notification for all those who are planning on doing it, so we make sure we have enough books, right? So please send that email to Jeff's email there. All right, thank you. Saturday, July 12th. Beautiful. We're having a sound bath at 3 p.m.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And if Amy has been here before, does a beautiful job with the sound bath and has an amazing voice.
Yes, I'll look
Yeah.
forward to that. Awesome.
Lovely.
So Sacred Support Circle, we do this twice a month, and so that is today. No, it's next Sunday. And it's now from 1 to 3, no longer from 2 to 4?
Yes, 1 to 3. We moved it up so we
New
closed at
time.
lunchtime. Yep.
Good, so people can just stay and hang out. Super. So we have a new slideshow. I don't know that it's obvious to anybody but me. So thank you to Amber for that.
I need to thank Sandra, Chris, Nikki for our musicians. Thank Byron, who's holding down the fort back there by himself this week.
So yeah, thanks to all of the volunteers, and we have opportunities for more volunteers who want to help in the sound back there, help. If anybody is interested in becoming a platform assistant, that would be lovely. Helping with food. So please come forth with all of your ideas. All right, so do we have children today?
Didn't see kids, but we'll bless those out there anyways.
All right, let's just do the youth blessing together. Be the love you are, sing the song you hear, share your joy of life with people far and near. For the kid in all of us, right? Thank you. All right, so let's stand and join in the peace song.
Oh, is it birthday Sunday?
It is birthday Sunday.
Oh, who are the birthdays?
So who's got a birthday today or this month?
This
Byron.
Byron.
Byron, you got a birthday. I think you live. Liz, yeah.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you're wonderful. Happy birthday to you.
Byron's going to Cancun for his birthday.
It's Byron and Grace though, right?
That's right.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Our prayer protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and that's the truth. Yeah. Oh, and then up on the slides we weren't able to show last week from our from Kirsten's birthday zip is up. So while Sandra's playing, this you guys can see.
Oh, nice.
Enjoy the show.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends